So I thought that like my second video, again, I would actually do something like smart or informative or like create content, but no, we're gonna watch PragerU videos because I hate myself and I like having no will to live. So yeah, this is gonna be really fun.
Do you believe in free speech? Do you believe that people should be judged by their character, not their skin color? Do you believe in freedom of religion? If you believe these things, you're probably not a progressive. You might think you're a progressive. I used to think I was. My show, The Rubin Report, was originally part of the Progressive Young Turks network. Progressives struck me as liberals, but louder. Progressives were the nice guys. They looked out for the little guy. They cared about women and minorities. They embraced change. In short, who wouldn't want to be a progressive? But over the last couple of years, the meaning of the word progressive has changed. Progressives used to say, I may disagree with what you say, but I'll fight to the death for your right to say it. Not anymore. Banning speakers whose opinions you don't agree with from...
Okay, so I assume in this he's probably talking about like Milo, but why was Milo stopped from speaking at Berkeley, right? I think it was Berkeley. Milo was stopped from speaking at Berkeley because he was gonna release a list of undocumented students. But also, you don't give fascists a platform. Like, okay, let's say you do keep these liberal values or whatever. Even if you let them speak, that doesn't mean you have to amplify their voices by giving them a platform. That's being a sympathizer.
College campuses, that's not progressive. Prohibiting any words not approved of as politically correct, that's not progressive.
What is he talking about here? I've never heard of this argument, but that sounds like bullshit.
Trigger warnings on books, movies, music, anything that might offend people, that's not progressive either.
When I walk around college campuses, I have never, in my life, seen a trigger warning. In fact, I have never seen a trigger warning, like, on a physical object, ever. So, like, what the fuck? And also, does he understand what a trigger warning is? A trigger warning is saying, it's just like a common courtesy. It's saying, okay, look, there may be, like, for example, slurs in this that people might be uncomfortable with. There might be, extreme violence. Like, that's just a content warning. That's just stating that, okay, these things are kind of terrible and some people may feel very uncomfortable with it. So let's just tell them, okay, if these things make you uncomfortable, don't watch this. It's not like people want to ban things that have trigger warnings. Like, I never understood this argument.
All of this has led me to believe that much of the left is no longer progressive, but regressive. This is one of the reasons I've spent so much time on my show talking about the regressive left. This regressive ideology doesn't judge people as individuals, but as a collective. If you're black or female or Muslim or Hispanic or member of any other minority group, you're judged differently than the most evil of all things, a white Christian male.
No. Shut the fuck up. Okay, I swear to God, if he says, oh, well, now that there's more Asians or black people or Muslim people or whatever, now white people are oppressed, I swear to God. Oh my God. But no, I mean, I'm not a liberal and I don't really ascribe to this ideology, but no. They say, what they're trying to do is say, okay, there are certain inherent systematic things, systematic oppression that a specific group faces. For example, black people. This is things like redlining policies, institutional racism, bad policing, police brutality. These are things that affect black people. And so they say, okay, well, we can take this group of black people. We can say, okay, these are the problems affecting this specific group. And so we can say, okay, from this group, how do we fix these problems? So I don't know what he's talking about here.
The regressive left ranks minority groups in a pecking order to compete in a kind of oppression Olympics. Gold medal goes to the most offended. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream that his children would be judged by their character and not their skin color was a liberal idea, but these days it's not a progressive ideal. And what about...
There's a really easy way that he could do this. He could just say, okay, all these people are regressive and I'm the real progressive. But no, he makes this so complicated. Like, oh no, it's not the Martin Luther King. He was a liberal, not a progressive. Whereas he should say, he should have said Martin Luther was a progressive, not a regressive or whatever. But still, that's like complete bullshit. That has nothing to do with anything you're talking about.
Religious freedom, the idea that no one else can tell you what you have to believe. Surely progressives still support that basic right. Well, not so much. I'm a married gay man, so you might think that I appreciate the government forcing a Christian baker or photographer or florist to act against their religion in order to cater, photograph, or decorate my wedding. But you'd be wrong.
I mean, I agree with him here somewhat. I don't think that people should have to serve anyone, but honestly, I don't really know here. But that's not something really specific to progressivism. That's just like, that's more of a Democrat thing. So I don't really know here.
A government that can force Christians to violate their conscience can force me to violate mine. If a baker won't bake you a cake, find another baker. Don't demand that the state tell him what to do with his private business. I'm pro-choice, but a government that can force a group of Catholic nuns, literally called the Little Sisters of the Poor, to violate their faith and pay for abortion-inducing birth control.
Okay, so I don't really know what this nun organization is, but if they're employing people, then yeah, they should offer abortion. Businesses don't have religions. They're businesses. They're not churches.
Force anyone to do anything. That's not progressive, that's regressive. Today's progressivism has become a faux moral movement hurling charges of racism, bigotry, xenophobia, homophobia, Islamophobia, and a slew of other meaningless buzzwords at anyone they disagree with.
Oh my god. This is amazing. Okay. These aren't meaningless terms. They each have a very specific meaning. Racism is prejudice, or sorry, not prejudice, but prejudice is a good word. Prejudice based on race. Bigotry is a synonym of prejudice. Xenophobia is prejudice against foreigners. Homophobia is prejudice against gay people and queer people. Islamophobia is fear of Muslims. Like, these have meaning. What? Everyone they disagree with? Well, yeah, somewhat, because most people, like you, Ruben, are somewhat xenophobic, somewhat homophobic, somewhat Islamophobic. So, like, I'm sorry, but maybe it's not that, oh, well, it's everyone who disagrees with us. Maybe it's just that a lot of the people who make these points are making bigoted points. Have you thought about that? No, because how could I possibly be wrong, right?
Phobia and a slew of other meaningless buzzwords at anyone they disagree with.
Oh, and let me guess, I'm gay, so I can't be bigoted, right?
The battle of ideas has been replaced by a battle of feelings, and outrage has replaced honesty. Diversity reigns supreme as long as it's not that pesky diversity of thought.
Ruben, what the fuck? No. You, like, all of these kind of libertarian rightist types like to complain about diversity of thought. Well, yeah, I agree. Let's have a diversity of thought. How about instead of just including, oh, well, we have some more liberal capitalists, and we have some slightly more conservative capitalists, and we have some fascists, and these are the acceptable political ideologies. Yeah, let's have diversity of thought. Let's include anarchism. Let's include Marxism. Things that are materialist ideologies that actually analyze the world. So yeah, let's have a diversity of fucking thought, Ruben. That's dumb.
This isn't the recipe for a free society, it's a recipe for authoritarianism.
I love stop this word free because it's almost completely meaningless. What is freedom? What is authoritarianism? What does it mean free society? Is the US a free society? Well, government surveillance, extrajudicial executions, people getting killed on the street by police, mass incarceration, prison slave labor. Is that free? No. That is like the farthest thing from, like, okay, let's say freedom is like, what, like, I can't even fathom what he means by this. That's just completely stupid.
For these reasons, I can no longer call myself a progressive. I don't really call myself a Democrat either. I'm a classical liberal, a free thinker, and as much as I don't like to admit it, defending my liberal values has suddenly become a conservative position.
No. What the fuck? No, okay. We're not even going to talk about classical liberal. That's another topic. But, like, again, he could have done this easy. He could have said, okay, all of these regressives, they're fake progressives, and I'm the real regressive. But no, he makes this so complicated. Like, he says, okay, well, look at all these regressives. They're not real progressives. And then he says, well, I can't call myself a progressive anymore. Like, Ruben, he could have done this so easily. But no, gotta make it complicated.
So if you think people should be able to say what they think without being punished for it, that people should be judged by their behavior, not their skin color, and that people should be able to live the way that they want to live without government interference, then there's not much left on the left for you.
No. Oh my god, okay. Like, I'm gonna get a headache from watching this shit. I really enjoy it though, actually. It's kind of funny. Okay, what is it? Oh, yeah, okay, so they get to say whatever they want. Okay, yeah, like, but there are limitations to this. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. In the same way, you shouldn't be able to openly support genocide. So, no, I don't think that people should be able to say whatever they want. I think they should be able to say mostly whatever they want. I think people should be able to say, fuck everyone. I think people should be able to say, like, I hate gay people, but they shouldn't be able to say in public, you know, as a politician or something, I want to kill all gay people. That should not be acceptable. Alright, so what's the next? Oh, judged by their character. Yeah, I agree. People shouldn't be judged by their skin color. So why is it that, for example, there's much more police brutality towards black people? Is it because black people are, like, worse than white people? No. That's just stupid. So yeah, I agree. We should stop this, because that is not the current state of things. We need to change it. Alright, what's next? Live their life. Okay, whatever. Oops.
Of the Rubin Report for Prager University.
Alright, so, like, I'm kind of hating myself for watching all of these videos, but I also kind of love it. So I'm gonna keep making them because I hate myself, and I know you hate me too. So yeah, have a good day.